am here with
Paul Scivetti.
And Paul's actually our first interviewee that's an attendee. You're not a speaker, but you're actually part of the event by going to all the sessions. So you said that this is your first code camp that you've attended, right?
Absolutely. This is my first code camp. I've been in the Twin Cities for quite a few years as a developer, professional developer, and I've gotten involved in Tech Masters and a few other odd things around the area, and I've heard so many great things about code camp. I finally said, let me get off my lazy rear end and get down here on a weekend and come experience code camp, and I am so glad that I did. This is the best use of time I've had in a weekend in a long time. There were some phenomenal sessions yesterday. In fact, there were a couple. I think just a few people have to maybe work on their titles to get a little bit more grab in the titles, but when you get in there, there was one on Visual Studio debugging, for example, advanced debugging.
John Stonecash.
I was just talking to John Stonecash about that. It was absolutely a fantastic session. And it's one of those, you read the title, it's like, oh man, this is going to be so dry. It was anything but.
Okay.
And I am so blown away with the energy and the enthusiasm down here and the great information that's being put out by your speakers.
So what else is appealing about code camp to you? I mean, other than that, it seems like you really like the sessions. Is there anything else that is really appealing for other people that may be thinking about kind of an event like this?
Well, the code camp philosophy, as I learned yesterday from your slide, is no fluff. This is not about sales and hype. This is real, and you can actually get in there and get into deep dive information that's relevant to what you're trying to get to. So if you have an area of interest, I had a chance to learn about, for example, the reactive extensions, something I knew a little about, didn't really understand why you'd want to use that. So it's an area to dive into the topics, and then because these are relatively small sessions, this is not like thousands of people in a room, right. You can get up, you can go talk to the presenters, you can catch them afterwards. It's a great kind of a hands-on,
very community, very interactive.
Very community.
Yep. And one code camp I went to, not ours, but another one that I spoke at, I remember somebody saying that their intent the whole day was to go to sessions that was based on technologies they had no familiarity with at all. And I thought that was a great idea. So if you're a Ruby developer, maybe go to a couple .NET sessions. It's not what you're into, but you may learn something, and then vice versa, do it the other way as well. And it's free. I mean, so you got nothing to lose. So
there's something about rubbing elbows with, say, thought leaders and people who are doing this on a day-to-day basis in the community. It's nice to see these things on webcasts and podcasts and listen to this all over the place. There's no substitute for the experience of being here in person. So, kudos. You guys did a great job.
All right.
And I so appreciate the effort that went into this.
All right. Thank you, Paul.
Outstanding. Thanks, Jason.